Hello students, how are you all? Hope you are staying at home and staying safe. Today we will start another chapter from your science book, that is chapter 3, Safety and First Aid. Now before going to safety and first aid, we need to know a term known as accident. You all know what is accident. Accident means anything that is happening or anything that happens suddenly. Now if you may be playing with your friends and you may fall down from a table or a chair and you may get hurt, or your mother is cooking something or she may get hurt by some oil spilling on her hands, or if you and or your mother touches something hot, then she may get burned. Now these are known as accident. Even what we do whenever we cross a road, we look to our left and right, then we cross the road to avoid accidents. Now in this chapter we will know what to do and how to avoid the accidents. First we will start with fire accidents. Now how this fire accident happens? Fire is very useful, but sometimes careless use of fire or carelessness can or may result into an accident. See, while cooking, if you are not attentive or if you are not near the gas stove, then it may catch fire. Or after cooking, what we need to do? We need to switch off the gas knob. Fire may also cause while careless use of the matchsticks or while burning a firecracker. It may also cause due to the short circuit of the electric gadgets or due to any fuel such as gas leakage or due to petrol. Now, how can we prevent these fire accidents? We can prevent these fire accidents by following certain steps. Like, not steps, you can say it as preventionary methods. See what you can do. See, when you are playing or when avoid playing with matchsticks or don't go near a gas stove. Now what you can do, if you are burning crackers, then you should be burning it in front of any adult. So now what we need to do, you need to check, you means your parents will check regularly if there is any gas leakage or if there is any damage in the pipe. They may also check the different wires. Then when you're going out, you should switch off all the switches, all the electrical gadgets. After cooking, you should switch or close the knob of the gas. And while playing or whenever you are doing anything related with fire, you should be very cautious. If you follow these steps, then you may avoid any fire accidents. Now, what are the safety measures that you can follow during a fire accident? Now, the accident has already happened. Now, what we need to do? See, if you see that there is an electric short circuit or there is a fire due to any electrical short circuit, then what you need to do? Please switch off the gas knob and you should open the doors and windows. Even if there is any leakage in the LPG gas stove, then also what you need to do, you need to open the doors and windows and don't ever touch any switches. And if somehow your clothes gets fire, what you need to do? Don't run. Yes, when your clothes will catch fire, the first thing you need to do is you need to calm down and roll. You need to roll on the ground. If you will run, then the fire will get more and more oxygen and it will burn rapidly. So what you need to do, just roll, or if you can, then remove those clothings. Then what you can do, see, if there is a fire, pour water or sand. And what else you can do, if the fire is due to any kerosene or petrol or due to any electrical short circuit, you can use a fire extinguisher. And if the fire is, if it is enormous, then we need to call at fire station. So these are the ways by which you can prevent, or what are the safety measures that you can follow. Yes, you can pour water. Now one thing which you need to remember is, if the fire is due to any electrical short circuit or due to any leakage of oil, then we should never throw water over it. Why? Because if you throw water over any electrical gadgets, then water is a conductor of electricity, and you may get a severe electric shock that will worsen the situation. And what about oils? Oils are lighter than water, so it will float over the water, and the water won't help it to put it down. So these are the things you need to remember during a fire accidents. Now, what we need to do after the accident? Suppose if you see that someone has got burned on his hair, on his hand or somewhere, or any sort of injury, then what we need to do? Yes, we should not panic. We need to give him or her the immediate help that we can provide. Now, the immediate help that is given to an injured person before taking him or her to a doctor is known as first aid. Now we will know what is the first aid that can be given to a person who has injury due to fire. Now, what are the first aid that need to be followed if a person's clothes catches fire? If their clothes catches fire, we need to make the person lie down, and we can cover the person with a rug or a blanket, or we can throw water over that person. See, these are the prompt action that you can do when a person's clothes catches fire. Now, what are the first aid caused due to the burn caused by the fire? Now, if there is a burn, then what you need to do? First of all, you need to pour water over the burnt area. Suppose this portion of my hand got burned, so I can put my hand under a tap, and what we need to do? We need to cool the temperature, or that the water, that anything cold, it may be ice, will lower the temperature, and it will release the burning sensation. Then what you can do? You can simply put some Burnol over it, or you can wrap the area with a clean cloth. If the burn is severe, then you need to take the person to a doctor. Now, if there is blisters, what are blisters? Blisters are like balloons type of thing filled with water. Then never pick those blisters. You need to cover those blisters with a cloth so that it won't get affected or infected with any bacteria or any fungal infections. And if the accident or if the burn is very severe, then you need to take him or her to the doctor. Now, what are the first aid that can be taken when the burn is due to some chemicals? See, suppose someone is working in a lab and some acid fall over the hand or the legs or any part. Then what you need to do? First of all, you need to wash that area with running water, so that any chemicals which is still sticking over the area will wash away. Then what you need to do? Then we need to cover the area with a clean cloth. Keep it in mind, with a clean cloth, and then we need to take him or her to a doctor, and we need to inform about what type of chemicals or what type of acid this burn means, what has caused this burn. So these are the first aid that need to be taken while a person has got a burn injury due to some chemicals. Now we will know the first aid for wounds. What are wounds? When any sharp object, wounds are caused due to the careless use of the sharp object. Sometimes you may get cut due to you while using a knife or doing any sort of work. Now we need to know what type of first aid we can use. See, we have categorized the wounds into two parts: minor wound and major wound. Like minor wounds are those wounds that while you are cutting some fruits, you may get a simple you may get a small cut and it's bleeding. What we need to do, or suppose someone has met an accident and means it's a large wound and it's bleeding continuously, that we will consider as a major wound. Now in case of minor wound, what we need to do is, first of all, we need to wash that area. Whatever happens, first we need to clean that area with water. Then we can put some antiseptic lotions like Dettol, Savlon, and what you need to do, if it is still bleeding, then you can use some ice packs, or you need to hold it, or you need to cover that area with an proper cloth or any band-aid. okay, so that the wound is not in contact with the open air. Okay, so these are the steps which you can follow when the wound is minor. But if it is bleeding heavily in case of major wounds, then what you need to do, first and foremost thing is, you cannot wash that area at that time. What you need to do, first of all, you need to stop bleeding. Means, so what we will do, we will take some clothes, always a clean cloth, and we need to hold that area tightly so that the loss of blood will decrease. And we need to take the person to a doctor, because he or she may need stitches, and that can be done by an expert nurse or a doctor. So when the wound is very deep, then you need to just stop, you need to hold it with something so that you can stop the bleeding, and you need to take him or her to a doctor. Now we will know the first aid for bites, means animal bites. Now all the stray animals or any pet you are having, so it may be a dog, cat or rabbit, they may contain different virus and bacteria in their saliva. If they accidentally bite someone, then some diseases, we may be infected by those diseases. Now what we need to do, first and foremost thing is, we need to wash that area with the soap thoroughly, and then we need to put an antiseptic cream, and we need to take the person to a doctor. Now there are many diseases. One of the most threatening diseases is a rabies disease. Now rabies is caused due to rabies virus, and it is very lethal. And these are caused due to the bite of stray animals such as dogs or cat, and those infected with that, and it's a lethal disease, and we need to take vaccination for that. So we need to take the person to the doctor. Now what are the first aid that must be taken for insect bites such as bees, wasp? Now what you need to do is, first of all, you need to scrape out the sting. Like the insect, they don't bite, they sting us, or they have a sting. You can see in the picture, they have a sting, and that sting may sometimes be embedded inside our skin. So we need to scrape it out, and then if it is a bee, then you can apply baking soda, or if it is a wasp, then you need to apply lemon juice. Why baking soda, lemon juice? Because these bees, they inject some acid. So in order to neutralize it, we are giving some base, that is the baking soda, and the wasp, they inject some bases, and in order to neutralize it, we give some acid, that is a mild acid, that is a lemon juice. Now we will know about what are the first aid that need to be taken after a snake bite. Snakes are very poisonous. Not all snakes are poisonous, but there are many snakes which are poisonous and can be lethal to your life. Now if there is a snake bite, then what you need to do is, suppose there is a snake bite here, then we need to tie with a rope or a thread, so that just above the bite, so that we can minimize or we can reduce the flow of blood. Why we need to reduce the flow of blood? Because the poison means it spreads in the whole body by the blood. If we can reduce the spread, so we can buy some time, and we need to take the person to the doctor immediately or as soon as possible. So these are the steps, like in case of what you need to do in case of an animal bite, or in case of a insect sting or a snake bite. Now we will know what are the first aid that should be taken during a sprain or a fracture. Now what is a sprain? Sprain is simply a twist in any of the joint. It may be wrist or ankle. Now in case of sprains are very painful, and it may cause swelling. So what you need to do, first of all, don't move that area. First of all, keep it in a cool place, dip your hand or that area, or you can use ice pack over that sprain area. You can use an elastic bandage so that it won't allow the sprain to move or that area to move, and that will heal. And you can also use some ice pack for your relief. Now if there is a fracture, Now if there is a fracture, then it is very painful, and what you need to do, you need to take like two wooden sticks, those are known as splint, and those you need to, suppose this part of my hand got fractured, then what you need to do, we need to take two wooden blocks and we need to tie it in 3 areas. Why? Because if it's broken, then we should not move it. If we will move it, we will worsen the situation. So we need to keep it still. So what we will do, we will take a splint, two splint, and we will tie it around in we will tie it in 3 places so that it will secure the splint. Now what we will take a sling or any cloth or muffler, and we will wrap it over your neck and with the hand so that it gets fixed like this. And then we need to take that person immediately to a doctor. Now suppose the fracture is very intense or it is in the backbone, then you cannot use this type of splint. Then you need to call an ambulance, and then immediately we need to rush to a doctor. So in this chapter we have learned about the different types of first aid that can be provided to a injured person due to fire or some type of insect bite, animal bite, or sprain or fracture. Hope you have understood the video. I will be coming up with a new video, and if you have any problem you can comment it. Till then,